Have you ever noticed that the loudest person in the room is usually the most insecure? We live in a culture that mistakes volume for strength and aggression for authority. But true power is not about shouting someone down. True power is saying something so calm, so clear, and so precise that the other person has no choice but to stop and listen. Today we are borrowing 2,000 years of wisdom from the Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, to give you 5 psychological responses that can disarm narcissists, silence bullies, and help you win any argument. And the best part is that you never need to raise your voice. The first shift happens when you simply refuse to compete in volume. When someone raises their voice, they are betting that you will lose control. They want the noise because noise hides their lack of logic. But when you respond with calm truth, you change the entire atmosphere. You look at them and say, "I don't need to raise my voice to be right." It is a simple, steady line that proves you do not need to fight for validation. You do not need to scream to be heard. The moment you choose calm over chaos, the other person feels their anger lose its fuel. The Stoics taught that self-mastery is the ultimate form of authority, and nothing demonstrates that authority more than a voice that stays grounded while everyone else panics. But what happens when the attack gets personal? When people speak to you with disrespect, sarcasm, or bitterness, the temptation is to snap back. That is a mistake. Instead of reacting, hold up a mirror. Tell them, "The way you speak says more about you than it does about me." This phrase stops them dead in their tracks because you are not attacking them and you are not defending yourself. You are simply observing them. You are reminding them that their behavior is a reflection of their own character, not yours. This is one of the oldest Stoic disciplines, to distinguish between what is happening to you and how you choose to see it. When the other person hears that calm truth, they become painfully aware of how they sound, often silencing themselves without you having to make another move. There are also times when a conversation ceases to be a conversation and becomes a battle for dominance. The other person isn't listening, they are just interrupting, waiting to impose their will. In those moments, you must stop the machine. You pause and state clearly, "Let's talk when we can do it respectfully." You are setting a boundary without an ounce of anger. You are making it clear that access to your mind requires a ticket, and the price of that ticket is respect. Stoics believed that self-respect is quiet but immovable. When you draw that line, people pause. They realize you are not someone who can be steamrolled. Sometimes, however, the smartest move is not to engage at all. When a discussion reaches a point where it is draining your peace, quietly choosing to step away is the ultimate power move. You simply say, "I would prefer not to continue this conversation." This is not retreat, this is protection. Ending an interaction without aggression is the strongest sign of Stoic discipline because it shows you value your own sanity more than you value having the last word. It is surprising how fast the tension evaporates when you calmly decide to stop playing the game. It shows maturity, and it proves that you cannot be pulled into emotional mud wrestling against your will. Finally, we must deal with the pressure that comes from friends and family. They may not be enemies, but they often insist that their opinion is the only truth, trying to steer your decisions or force your hand. A calm reminder allows you to stand firm without creating a war. You tell them, "That is your opinion, and I respect it, but I don't share it." This allows you to listen without submitting. You show them that your judgment is your own. This is the quiet independence Stoicism values deeply, the strength of knowing where you stand without feeling the need to destroy the other person's viewpoint. You remain unswayed, and in doing so, you remain free. These responses are not magic tricks. They are expressions of a fortified mind. When you use them, you are not trying to crush the other person. You are showing them that you cannot be shaken, pushed, or manipulated. People fall silent not because you overpowered them, but because your calm exposed their agitation. Your clarity exposed their confusion. Use these responses with intention. Practice them until they become your default state. Soon you will notice that arguments end faster. People speak to you more carefully, and your presence carries a weight it didn't have before. That is the quiet strength the Stoics trained for. Not victory through force, but victory through self-control. If this video helped you and you want these Stoic tools to reach more people who deal with disrespect or constant pressure, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Someone out there needs this kind of wisdom, and your support helps it reach the people who can benefit from it the most.